Watch this Canadian Ukraine foreign ministers make an announcement for November about support.
Bonjour,
Good morning.
Vitayu. I'm pleased today to be joined by Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andrei Sybiha. Andrei, welcome. I'm today especially pleased to be able to be with Andrei to announce additional sanctions against Russia under the Special Economic Measures Russia regulations. As G7 president in 2025, Canada has made it a priority to maintain and strengthen our support for Ukraine at every opportunity. Canada will continue to ensure that Russia's actions do not go unpunished. We firmly believe that continued collective pressure on Russia is necessary. That includes applying sanctions and other economic measures as a way to decrease Russia's revenues and degrade its military-industrial base. Since 2014, we have imposed hard-hitting sanctions on over 3,300 individuals and entities, and more than 300 shadow fleet vessels, a fleet of aging oil tankers used to export Russian oil and evade international sanctions. So today we are announcing a new package of sanctions to further increase the economic costs to Russia of waging war. The sanctions list 13 individuals and 11 entities, including several involved in the development and deployment of Russia's drone program. Canada is a leader in targeting the military technologies that Russia is relying on in its war against Ukraine.
For the first time, Canada has also sanctioned entities that supply the cyber infrastructure used in Russian hybrid strategies against Ukraine. We have also imposed sanctions on several liquefied natural gas entities in Russia, as Russia continues to rely on energy revenues to fund its war of aggression.
List 100 vessels from Russia's shadow fleet. These aging oil tankers are used to export Russian oil and bypass international sanctions. As I mentioned, with these and other steps, we are taking concrete action and sending a clear message. Those who enable Russia's war will face consequences under Canadian law.
Canada's sanctions against Russia are not only economic measures. It is a moral position against Russia, sending a clear message that violation of international law will not remain without a response. These measures are a direct response to Ukrainian priorities.
Ramp up economic pressure on Russia to end its war, and they align with sanctions recently announced by the United States, the European Union, and the United Kingdom. Canada will continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with Ukraine in the short, medium, and long term. The sovereignty of Ukraine, its territorial integrity, is one of our top priorities internationally. Thank you. Dziękuję. Merci. Miigwech.
Dear Anita, it is my great honor and pleasure to be in Canada and attend this G7 meeting together with other partners. And dear friend, dear Anita, once again, it is really important, this meeting really important for our peace efforts. This is a special week. Yesterday marked Remembrance Day, and it is devoted to the end of the war, and it honors all of those who have served. Right now, around 1 million Ukrainians are defending our country and the entire free world from Russian aggression. They defend shared values of freedom and dignity. We want to see an end to this war and the restoration of a just and comprehensive peace. Today, we will discuss practical steps to bring it closer. We are grateful to Canada for its G7 leadership and consistent focus on Russia's war against Ukraine, and I am grateful to all of our partners for their support. This war is not only about Ukraine, it has a profound impact on international peace and security. Unfortunately, Russia continues to reject peace and escalate terror. Putin still has an illusion that he can win. In reality, he has lost over 1 million soldiers and has not achieved a single strategic goal. It is critical to strengthen support for Ukraine and increase pressure on Russia. And we must make the cost of continuing this war unbearable and dangerous for Putin personally and his regime. Sufficient pressure will make Russia end its war. I want to thank Prime Minister Carney for his recent successful visit to Ukraine, and I thank Canada for its energy assistance, including the latest $70 million package. I also thank Canada for its active role in the coalition for the return of Ukrainian children. Russia is very afraid of this topic. I also thank the Canadian side for its participation in the coalition of the willing, contributions to Pearl sanctions, including today's strong package and decisions. The strong bond between Ukraine and Canada is rooted in strong ties between our people. I want to thank all Ukrainians in Canada, all of our communities for their active participation, voices, and work to support Ukraine. Today we will talk about very specific things: strengthening Ukraine's long-range capabilities, scaling up investment in our innovations and defense industry, which is now the fastest growing in the world. Ukraine is ready to share and to co-produce with its closest allies, including Canada. This will be our contribution to your security. We urge G7 investment in missile and drone manufacturing, air defense and ammunition. Maritime and energy security are also high on the agenda. Ukraine's resilience at sea is part of our common resilience from the Atlantic to the Indo-Pacific. Russia's occupation of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant and its deliberate strikes on the Chernobyl, Khmelnytsky and Rivne plants pose a grave threat to European and global nuclear safety. I will urge G7 to further strengthen our air defense and energy assistance to our people. Closer coordination between Ukraine and our partners, particularly the G7, will reinforce resilience and security not only for Europe, but also the wider global community. I hope that today we will take steps to make Russia end its war against Ukraine sooner and achieve peace through strength. Thank you for your attention. Thanks a lot personally, Anita, for your engagement and leadership.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and there you have it. The G7 announcement with Ukraine and Canada. If you're liking these streams, don't forget to give us a like. Share. Sharing is caring. We appreciate your support, and it really helps. Thanks. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.